So, back in around November, I think it was, my choir teacher asked my class if anyone wanted to join a special honors choir. He said that they were asking from the Cleveland Orchestra Youth Chorus if anyone wanted to volunteer. What happened was the teacher asked for volunteers from his class, and then he looked at the list and picked out some people who he thought would fit and sent them to the honor choir, who picked out from everyone. And so I got ready, I got the list of rehearsal dates. Unfortunately, I could only go to the last two plus the final dress rehearsal because I was in a play. I think I've mentioned it before. If I haven't, I was in Seussical. It was a great show. So when I got around to going to rehearsals, it was a really interesting experience. Here was a group of maybe 100 of the most talented teenage choir singers in the entire Cleveland area from schools that submitted students. It was so much fun, and the room was full of so much talent. Literally, just singing the vocal warm-ups sounded beautiful. And so after the two rehearsals that I went to, I was feeling a little shaky. I was nervous because I didn't know all the music, and they had told us that we were supposed to have all of the music memorized by the Sunday before our Monday night concert. The Sunday, we had a 6-hour rehearsal. 6 hours! And that was after I was teaching at Hebrew school for 3.5 hours. It was a long day. But at the rehearsal, it was amazing. We met our conductor for the first time. She is the most awesome woman I have ever met and had the pleasure of working with. Physically, she's kind of small, but personality-wise, she was the biggest person in the room. She started the rehearsal by standing up on the platform and performing with singing, dancing, her own percussion. She just jumped around and sang the first song that we were going to sing for our concert. And that was the first thing she said to us. She didn't even introduce it first. It was such an interesting lesson. And we spent 6 hours working with her, and she showed us how she was going to conduct things, what kinds of dances we were going to do. None of us had any idea that we were going to do that much dancing. But she wound up just putting in little movements in all of the songs. And this one song that we sang, Freedom Train, was actually originally sung by the Chicago Children's Chorus, which is the group that she is in charge of. She runs it. She directed them. She created all of those movements that they did. They are amazing. I suggest you go look them up. So we spent 6 hours learning, and I still didn't know all of the music, but she let us have the music out with us at first, and then I sort of got the hang of it. I was a little nervous on some of them, but it was mostly good. Then came the concert. I didn't have my music, and all of a sudden I was forgetting all of the words, and I forgot all of the melody. But then we went on stage and we started practicing again, and I just flew through it. Even the stuff that I was having trouble with the day before, I got through it, and I didn't need to look at anything once. It was so much fun, and it was an amazing experience. Just standing up there on the stage. And this was Severance Hall, mind you. I don't know who all knows what Severance Hall is. It's really famous in the Cleveland area for being the best place to hold a concert pretty much ever. It has great acoustics, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it was a little bit daunting to be in that room, but 2 hours into the rehearsal that day, I was used to it. And then the concert started. And I saw my mom and grandparents and sister all sitting in the crowd. They were in the second row, and my mom waved to me, and from then on, the concert flew by. I felt so free and happy and light, and I just really loved performing. So after giving us her little performance at the beginning of the 6-hour rehearsal, the conductor introduced an interesting concept to us. She called it the magical musical moment. And she said that it was any moment in any kind of music, whether you're performing it or consuming it, watching it, or hearing it, a moment when just the entire moment saturates you with magic. And for me, the whole concert was magical. It felt like I was floating on the music, and it flew by so quickly, and I had so much fun. And in that moment, when I was singing and dancing, and people around me were singing the same thing, and the song was echoing off the walls of the hall, and the conductor was standing on the platform, waving her arms around, and we all knew exactly what she meant, and we sang accordingly. And in that moment, our voices became one, and they soared to the ceiling and out into the sky, and it was the most magical musical moment of my life. And that's about it. If you have a magical musical moment of your own that you'd like to share, go ahead and do that down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll love you forever and ever. Thanks for watching. Bye!